weeks are over. It's all about football all the time as we're underway here in Week 13.
Fields it in the middle of the end zone. And no run back here, so they'll bring it out to the 25. Coming out with a jumbo package to start the drive. On the ground, this is Derrick Henry. And he's upended after a gain of 2 out to the 27. Only a couple for him there on the game's first play, and it's second down.
A gain of 2 brings up 2nd and 8 at the 27-yard line.
They'll break the huddle, come up on 2nd and 8 at the 27-yard line. Derrick Henry. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. 2 runs in a row, but only 2 yards to show for it.
No gain on the play. It's now 3rd and 8.
On 3rd and long, it's Kaepernick. And that is incomplete.
That's what you're going to need to do against those big receivers. You got to get in there and get physical with them. That time he got in close, got in tight, and knocked the ball away.
And just a single punt for him in the loss last week as he sends this one away. Only 29 yards on the punt there. Definitely not his best. And the Browns will take over 1st and 10. Mayfield going to lead the Browns up now 1st and 10 at their own 44. Mayfield looks to throw. Into a double team, and it's intercepted. He's picked off just shy of midfield, and they'll set up shop right near midfield at the 49-yard line. So, CD, his very first pass of the afternoon intercepted.
And I know that's a major surprise for any quarterback because, look, let's face it, no one thinks about throwing interceptions. But think about all the warm-up that we saw, right? Every pass he threw wasn't a single interception because, oh, that's right, there were no defenders out there. A little bit different when there's live guys out there chasing the football.
A first down carry for Henry. And he'll get this into enemy territory, but not by much as he's down to the 48. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9.
Brings up 2nd and 9.
Throwing now is Kaepernick.
On the screen, this is Evans.
And he's got this down to the 35. A gain of 13. It's a first down.
They ran that one well. And not only did they pick up a nice chunk of yardage on the screen, they sent a message to the defense. Rush the passer all you want, but you better be careful. We can hit you going back the other direction.
Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10.
Now the first carry for Darrington Evans.
And not much running room. Down to the 32.
Kevin Johnson.
Tackle made that time by Kevin Johnson.
The pickup of 3.
Yeah, I don't know if it's exactly a win-win, but if you're on offense, you'll take that kind of a run, all right? It was kind of stacked up, found a little bit of yardage, and frankly, they're pretty close to staying on schedule on offense. The playbook is still open for the coordinator.
Kaepernick to throw on 2nd down.
And he's going to drop this off to his fullback. It's a gain of 5, and that'll bring up a 3rd and 1.
It's interesting because when I'm watching college football and I'm evaluating guys for the draft now, my list of fullbacks, pure fullbacks, it's a very short list. I'm probably evaluating more punters and kickers now than I am fullbacks, but it doesn't matter what you call the position, it's who you put there, and there we saw completion.
They'll try to run for the first with Henry. And they pick up the first down there with a gain of 4. Our game here featuring the top 2 running backs in the NFL last year in terms of yardage. Derrick Henry on the carry there. He was the NFL leader at 1,540. But if you remember Nick Chubb, he thought he was going to win the title on the final day, but wound up settling for second, just 46 yards behind Henry. Flushed out right. He's got the first down inside the 10. This one caught by Davis. First down, Titans, gain of 12. This drive, it's been a good mix. 3 passing plays, 3 runs, hitting on all 3 of those passes, and the last one putting him in the red zone.
So wouldn't you think play action right here? Because you've got the ability and had the ability to run it and throw it. Go play action and take your shot at the end zone.
They'll run on first down. Henry. And this time they were waiting for him as he'll be knocked down before he can get back to the line of scrimmage. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
Brings up 2nd and 11 at the 12-yard line.
Second and 11. Now Kaepernick. He's going to get this one out to his fullback. And he's able to work it here to the 8-yard line. So mark off the yardage for roughing the passer.
And I've seen this before. On a screen pass, not only are you rushing the passer, you're rushing him deeper than normal. And I think a little frustration kicks in at the end. You're going to hit him anyway, and you shouldn't.
After the penalty, it's Henry. And he'll get blown up behind the line of scrimmage, back at the 6. It's a loss of 2 there, bringing up 2nd down.
Brings up 2nd and goal at the 6-yard line.
Here's Kaepernick. That's going to be caught at the 10-yard line. And he's brought down right at the 5-yard line. Give him 2 on the play. Only able to pick up 2, and that leads us to 3rd and goal. A big play forthcoming. Here's 3rd and goal. Here's Kaepernick to throw. And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off by Carl Joseph. And it's a good return here as he'll get all the way up close to the 35.
Intercepted by the Browns.
It's almost like you can see the look of frustration on his face. 4 interceptions last week. We talked about it all week. What did he do wrong? And another one here in the first half.
And you can understand the frustration. You actually feel his pain a little bit. But the worst thing he can do is what you're seeing right now, showing the other team that he's frustrated. All they're going to do is double their efforts to make him even more frustrated. He's got to gather himself, compose himself, and keep fighting.
He talked a lot about erasing that loss last week, getting back in the win column. We'll see how he responds. It's a 6-yard gain on the ground, and that'll make it 2nd and 4.
Brings up 2nd and 4.
Here's Mayfield. Caught left side. It's Beckham. And he'll go down right around the 47 this time. 6 yards the pickup, and that's a first down.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
On first down, they'll run with Chubb.
He'll get 3 up to midfield.
Mayfield with the give to
Not a whole lot there. The defense was ready, it looked, for that run-pass option.
You get the sense that next time he has that opportunity, he may keep it himself and get to the perimeter. Probably owes his back a little bit of an apology on that one, huh?
Mayfield now from the 50. They'll go screen here to Hunt. And this one goes nowhere. Losing yardage on the play back at the 46. That'll be a loss of 4 yards on the play. And that's going to lead to a 3rd and 11. Play fake. Mayfield. He finds Beckham complete. And they're going to be set up down around the 15-yard line. A big play that time through the air. 39 yards. Not really any offense for them to speak of here in this first half. Maybe that's what they needed, that big play.
Yeah, it seems that maybe everything changes right there. They've been a little slow out of the gate. We've seen that. But that one big play, that could spark a big burst right here.
Now they return to the ground game. Chubb. And they're going to lose some on this play. Being knocked back to the 18. Credit the tackle for loss to Harold Landry. So still 14 yards to go. 2nd down. Mayfield throwing quickly out to Beckham. And he's going to be brought down just shy of the 5 at the 6.
Complete.
It's a pickup of 12, and that'll set up a 3rd down.
Gain on the
That's what we're used to seeing from him right there. Plays like that, why he's number 4 in the league in terms of receiving yardage.
Able to make adjustments all along the way. Doesn't matter where he lines up, where he releases from, working his way into the secondary.
And he'll take it into the end zone for a Browns touchdown.
Nick Chubb.
Nick Chubb, his 17th touchdown now on the season, as his guys are first onto the scoreboard here this afternoon.
The kick is good.
CD, it seemed like they were so focused on the guys out wide, they forgot about him out of the backfield.
That's a really good point, because you've got to communicate, and oftentimes when you start counting receivers, that's exactly what you do. You start from the widest receiver, work your way inside. Who gets lost sometimes? The back in the backfield. That's exactly what happened there.
And he got into the end zone.
Fielded a couple yards into the end zone. And he's able to get this across the 20, but not by much, as he's marked down officially at the 21.
Over 1st and 10 at their own 21-yard line.
Tennessee offense about set and ready to go. They threw an interception the first time they had the football, wound up leading to a touchdown the other way. How do you approach drive number 2?
Going back to your game plan coming in, everyone has matchups that they like better than others. Where they think they have an advantage, dial up some of those plays. Try and go to those spots and get your offense moving.
Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11.
20-yard line.
After the loss to start out, here's 2nd and 11. To throw is Kaepernick. Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Picked off by the Michigan man, Jake Ryan. And they will finally run him down, but not until he brings us one all the way back down inside the 10-yard line. That's now his 2nd interception in as many weeks from his linebacker position.
And think about all the different techniques he has to employ in a passing situation. Is he spot dropping because it's zone? Is he picking up man-to-man? Is he having to run with a running back or a tight end? In any event, great eyes, head on a swivel, and excellent hands.
Yeah, versatility and showing those hands. Suddenly, it's 1st and goal after the interception. A quick change in the situation here.
They'll run with Chubb. And only about a yard there as he takes it from the 9 to the 8. Defensively, pretty good start there with their backs against the wall.
That's a win for the stop troops right there. And if I'm them, I get a little bolder now. They won the first battle. Keep coming after them. Put the pressure on them.
Here's 2nd and goal, operating from the 8-yard line. Mayfield. They set up the screen to Chubb. And they'll be driven back here, losing yardage to the 10-yard line. It's a loss of 2, now 3rd down. Now that screen there on 2nd down certainly didn't develop how they had hoped. Is that one they should have even tried, or is that one the quarterback sticks in his pocket?
I think the latter. I like what you said there, because trying it is one thing. We can second-guess just about every call. But in this case, when you realize it is broken down, just throw it at the feet of your intended receiver so that no one can pick it off, right? You don't have the ball tipped up in the air, and you come back and try and pick up the first down on 3rd down. That way you don't lose any yardage.
Third and goal, they're going with Chubb. And he's not going to get anywhere close to the marker as he'll stop him well short of the yellow line. Call it a gain of 5, but still a decent ways from the end zone now on 4th and goal. So on 4th down, out comes the Browns kicker, Austin Seibert. From the left hash, a chip shot here. Seibert's kick is good. And the lead moves to 10-zip. They got the interception, but very little movement after, and that forces him to settle for 3. And it does feel like settling when that happens, doesn't it?
It certainly does, but we got to give a lot of credit where it's due, and that's to the defense, because they ran onto the field. This is what we call sudden change, right? Interception, you got to go put out the fire, and they did, holding them to a field goal.
The Titans take over 1st and 10 at their own 23-yard line.
The Titans offense set to begin the drive. Nothing for them yet from an offensive standpoint, down 10-zip as they come up 1st and 10. They'll start on the ground. It's Derrick Henry. Tackle made there by Myles Garrett.
Henry, the ball carrier.
I don't think any of us were surprised that they decided to start this drive on the ground after the last 2 drives ended in interceptions.
Unfortunately, though, not a lot going on that first play.
Yeah, I think the anticipation was felt also by the defense.
Balled at the 26, 2nd and 7. Now it's Henry. And he powers his way up past the 30. Call it a gain of 5 there on the run, but they'll remain a yard or 2 short here with 3rd down coming up.
It's a gain of 5.
That's a really nice job by them picking up the run blitz and detecting it and blocking it and turning it into a nice run. And a lot of times you think if you blitz a running play, you're going to smother it. But a lot of the blitzers, they come in a little bit high. They don't have great leverage, and they're easily blocked and turned to the side.
10th carry now for Derrick Henry. And he will have a first down as they get him to the ground at the 37. It'll go as a gain of 6 that time, and it moves the chains as well.
1st and 10 at the 37-yard line.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. They'll run with Henry. And a 5-yard gain gets him to the 42.
On the handoff. Larry Ogunjobi on the tackle. A gain of 5 brings up 2nd and 5 at the 42-yard line.
We've hit the 2-minute mark of the first half. 10-0 our score.
A reminder, once we hit halftime, as we do all season, we'll send it down to Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. He'll have all the stats and scores from games in progress around the NFL.
The best multitasker in the business, the coach.
And he gets this to the other side of midfield across the 45 before going out. A gain of 13. It's a first down.
First and 10 at the 44-yard line.
A solid run by Derrick Henry, and here's another first and 10. Now they'll throw with Kaepernick. Pressure, and he's going to be taken down. They sack him back right around the 44. Adrian Claiborne able to run him down for a loss of 12 that time. That huge loss on the sack makes this job much more difficult. It's now second down and 22 yards to go. Now he's going to get this all the way down inside the 35. The Titans going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll get a chance to talk it over after picking up the first down. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another first and 10. Here's a throw over the middle. It's taken in by his tight end. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. 12 more yards there and another first down.
First down. First and 10 at the 22-yard line.
A first and 10 here, and you know, if they could just get 3 out of this, something about whittling it to a one-score game at half that might provide a psychological boost. Throwing on first down, but this one winds up to be incomplete.
They've given up a few first downs on this drive, but getting the incompletion there, that should give them something to build on and maybe turn the tide.
So after the incompletion, second and 10 from the 22. Oh, nearly picked. And maybe lucky there. This guy doesn't drop many defensively. Third down.
He was covered.
So back-to-back incompletions. Third down here in 10, but you're still in field goal range.
And that's the thing to keep in mind. They're in field goal range. So now you don't take any unnecessary risks, but you try and find a way to get back to what you were doing earlier in the drive in order to finish this one off. As his old brain remembers, when I see 5 wide receivers on the field as a defender, I know the ball's coming out hot. They expected it and got there and popped it free.
Field goal. A 39-yard attempt.
And this is no good. Close but no cigar, just wide right. And this score will stay right where it is.
Always disappointing when you miss a field goal, but when you're playing against a defense this good, you and I both know that's a crucial miss because you can't afford to leave any points out there. You've got to take them when you can.
The Browns drive about to get started. You've got under a minute to go here until halftime. You got the good-sized lead. No need to do anything crazy.
No, there really is no need to do anything crazy. The smart play, go ahead and take your lead into the locker room and then try to add to it in the second half. But there's a part of me that looks at this and says, first half going my way, I have a little bit of a cushion. Let's go ahead and try and extend things. If you've got some good plays drawn up, you might want to think about them right here.
A second down throw for Mayfield. He'll get this to Chubb out of the backfield. Now the Browns will use the first of their 3 timeouts as they'll stop the clock with 24 seconds to go in this first half. Well, that last completion certainly not what they were hoping for, as now they'll try to convert on third. Play action now. Here's Mayfield. And bringing it in right side here, Beckham. And all the way down to the 22-yard line. Now the Browns signal for the second of their timeouts, as it'll come with 15 seconds to play in the first half. So barely time to catch our breath. Here's first and 10 just outside the red zone. Going to the air again with Mayfield. And this is caught. Touchdown, Cleveland. Rashard Higgins in the final seconds of the first half. And the Browns add 6 to their lead.
CD for them. This has just been an offensive explosion here in the second quarter.
Yeah, held scoreless in the first quarter. Now they find the end zone again here in the second. Sometimes you just have to have some patience. A lot of people think it's always an adjustment. You have to change what you're doing. Sometimes you just have to do your game plan just a little bit better. And I think that's part of what we're seeing here.
And not wanting to risk anything here late in the half, he'll just take a knee, and they'll bring the football out to the 25. Tennessee offense about set and ready to go. Time here for likely one play, then off to the locker room, and they're going to have some adjustments to make.
They certainly will, and I think a lot of people are thinking to themselves, all right, take the knee, get out of here, regroup. But how will the head coach and his staff approach halftime? Will it be angry? Will it be clinical? Will they be calm? Will they just let it all out? Who knows? I'd love to be a fly on the wall for this one, though.
And this offense going to elect to burn a timeout with 5 seconds remaining in quarter number 2. Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again, 2nd and 10.
No, check that. We're Mike 52 right here. Let's get off the field, D.
A final shot before half for Kaepernick. Looking deep downfield. And that will be incomplete. Tried to dial up the long one way out there, but it'll be 3rd down. So we reach halftime in what's been a fairly one-sided game so far. As we'll head down to Orlando, that's where we find our man Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach. Takes this about 5 yards deep, and Hilliard will elect to not return it. The Browns drive about to get started. They built a good first half lead. Now they have a chance to add on to it.
And what I'm thinking is that the offensive staff...
Pressure comes, and the Titans able to bring him down. Harold Landry in there to get him, and on the season now, that is 9 sacks for him.
2nd down.
Now following the sack, they'll look to make amends on a 2nd down and 17. From the shotgun, it's Mayfield. And it's hauled in by Austin Hooper. The reception good for 7. It's 3rd down.
Brandon, perfect defense in this situation would have meant that there was an incompletion. They would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion. But I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great communication, and as he dragged across each zone, you see him pointing, communicating. There he is, and they passed him off to each defender. Ended up making a nice play, even though it was complete.
On 3rd down, Mayfield. Oh, a scrap for the football, and he's going to come down with it. And they work this well upfield across the 45. Great way to convert on 3rd down there. 21 yards the play. Mayfield hands it off to Chubb, and no room to maneuver there. Give him a yard up to the 47.
The ball carrier.
In the first half, he was held in check on the ground, but despite that lack of production, they still have the lead.
And they've got to feel fortunate about that. If they could actually get production from their lead horse, that would help open up this offense and widen this margin, too.
Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run. Mayfield to throw it. Being chased out left. And that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's third down.
That was an interesting look there because as soon as he got outside the pocket, I thought he was going to take off and run for yardage. But what often happens now with these quarterbacks who can move, defenses want to try and keep bodies in front of them. And I think that discouraged him from taking off and made him try a pass downfield that fell incomplete.
Mayfield from the gun on third down. And that will be incomplete.
Has to be a little bit of frustration there. Back-to-back incompletions. Receivers blanketed on both attempts, this time on third down.
Here's Jamie Gillendow. And the way this offense has moved the ball, he hasn't been needed till here in the third. And this will get inside the 20 and be touchdown just outside of the 15-yard line.
Their own 16-yard line.
The Titans offense set to begin the drive. And, Charles, they trail by 3 scores. Look, they're not completely out of this, but it's sort of go time right now.
Yeah, and they knew that coming out after halftime, it was going to take a collective effort to get back into this ball game. The defense got the stop for them, so maybe that can get things started. Now the offense has to pick their game up as well. And if they can put a score on the board, hey, they could get back in it in a hurry.
An incomplete pass on first down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. Throwing now is Kaepernick. And that's going to be too high. Out of bounds and incomplete. Jeff Swain, the intended receiver. And that'll make it third down.
I'm sure this isn't a novel thought, but maybe run some simpler routes instead of trying to get it all back in one shot. Defense certainly appears to be ready for him. Try and get it back little by little instead of in big chunks.
Now on third down, that pass knocked down in the backfield and incomplete.
Well, coming into this one, we expected that this offense would have trouble with this defense, and that's exactly the way that this game has gone. Pressure in his face. Coverage downfield has been tight. That led to another incompletion. This defense, they're exactly who we thought they were coming into this one.
Landry now on the return. A solid 12-yard return after the 55-yard punt. And out will come the offense as they take over. Mayfield going to lead the Browns up now, 1st and 10 at their 38. They start on the ground with Nick Chubb, and this winds up a gain of 4 to the 41.
The Browns ball carrier.
Sometimes with the running game, you've just got to stick with it. Look, it's the third quarter, no time to panic. But that also doesn't mean you just do it the same way you've been doing it the entire ball game. Maybe change up some blocking assignments or run a few different plays, but stay with the overall essence of the running game.
The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6.
Go, defense. Let's get out the field, defense. Mike, 55. Check, 55. Mike.
Throwing, Mayfield. Looking left side, that's caught by Landry. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. 12 yards there and a 1st down.
first down.
Well, remember, they tried to give him the ball and let him run on the last play, but I think the light bulb went off in their play caller's mind, and this time they get it to him the more conventional way, and it's much more successful as well.
Chubb on the counter. A gain of 3, second down. Now, they struggled to get him rolling on the ground in the first half, and that's sort of continuing here in the third quarter.
Yeah, but I don't think it's time to abandon the running game. I would say keep feeding the horse, and I believe he'll eventually reward them, especially as we get deeper in the game.
The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7.
Right there, 54, right there, 54, Mike. Watch the pass. Mike 5-4, Mike 5-4.
Working out of the gun, Mayfield. And this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's 3rd down.
Oftentimes when you're losing a game and the team's still throwing with this kind of a lead, you start playing a little more physically. And they took that opportunity right there to be extremely physical and force that incompletion.
And the line to gain here is the 37 on 3rd down. From the gun, Mayfield. Pressure, and he's going to be taken down. They sack him back right around the 44. Harold Landry has now recorded 10 sacks on the season. Here's Jamie Gillen now, as he'll punt it away for the second time. And they will get to this one and down it at the 13-yard line.
1st and 10 at their own 13-yard line.
Tennessee offense about set and ready to go. And here we are almost through 3 quarters of play, and this passing game still has not really found any kind of rhythm.
Put it mildly, because they're not even over 100 yards yet. And in today's NFL, where it's a pass-first league, that is quite surprising. Not many teams patient enough to stick with the run. Everybody wants to advance the ball through the air. They've got to get their timing back.
And 5.
The first down run got 5. Here's 2nd and 5. To throw, Kaepernick. And he's going to be intercepted a 3rd time. Picked off by Mack Wilson. And they will set up shop with outstanding field position in the red zone at the 17-yard line. So from the 17 now, here's a 1st and 10. Here's Nick Chubb as they try to fire up this run game. And this will leave him a yard short. Nice pickup of 9 yards on 1st down.
The tackle made by James
In my book, that's running the ball well,
a gain of 9.
but with intelligence. How about him keeping the clock moving, staying in bounds?
Yeah, even though it's the 3rd quarter, you're thinking ahead, aren't you? This is where your running game can really help you with a lead in the second half.
I agree totally. It's not just end-of-the-half situations that you worry about the clock. It's throughout the game. And with a lead, stay in bounds. Make them fight harder to try and catch you.
And he's going to be stopped here for no gain. And that's going to take us to the end of the 3rd quarter of play. Back now in Nashville, it's the Browns football, and they've got the lead here as we start quarter number 4. The Browns on third down. They've hit 4 of 7. They need just a yard here. It's 3rd and 1. They'll run for it. Here's Chubb. And he gets the first down yardage he needs before he's brought down at the 6. And they got 3 yards. That's enough. A conversion, and now it's 1st and goal. They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And he gets him a little bit closer. He takes it from the 6 inside the 5 to the 4.
Rashaan Evans.
Well, Brandon, we always know that once you score 1 touchdown, you're without a doubt. And so far today, he's got 1, but was denied as he tried to get the second one.
Quick throw, and Mayfield completes it. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Cleveland.
Touchdown.
Odell Beckham. His 26th touchdown, drawing even with Marshall Faulk for the 4th most in a single season. And the Browns take advantage of field position on the turnover to cash this one in. And the lead is now 24.
Makes the score Browns 24, Titans nothing.
The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. Now this will make it into the end zone. And tackled at the 21-yard line, so a net negative there of 4 yards.
Over 1st and 10 at their own 21-yard line.
The Titans offense set to begin the drive. Well, I think that the folks here had hoped that maybe this home atmosphere would carry their guys to a surprise victory, but it does not appear that that's going to be the case. Just too much to handle on the other side in this one. Oh, he dropped it. And that's pretty indicative of the way this one's gone.
Williams on the coverage.
From the 21, it's 2nd and 10. Working from the gun, it's Kaepernick. And this complete to Henry over the middle. And they're able to get this one across the 35. 16 yards, a 1st down.
Well, this game was decided a while ago, and that completion there is going to artificially inflate his passing numbers. So right now, the only one really applauding probably his agent as he thinks about angling for a new contract.
And he'll have it past midfield almost to the 40 before being taken down. A good pickup there, 21 yards. So a 1st and 10 upcoming from Browns territory now at the 41. Now Kaepernick again. He'll get this one complete. That's A.J. Brown. And they're able to get this one past the 30 down to the 25. Another nice gain, 16 yards there and a 1st down again.
At the 25-yard line.
Throwing on 1st down is Kaepernick. And he couldn't hang on. Would have been their 4th pick of the game. Instead, 2nd down.
At this point in the game, they've got to continue to try anything they can. They're still working at it, even though this one feels like a lost cause.
An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. And they've got it inside the 10 at the 8. The Titans efficient passing on this drive. There's another first down.
Well, I can put my defensive cap on right now, and I know they're saying don't give up any big plays now. They've controlled this game throughout, and all they want to do is see it through to the end. I think they let their guard down a little bit with that last completion. Sometimes when you're trying not to give up bigger plays, you don't react as fast as you should on other throws.
And he will maneuver his way down to about the 7. Only a yard on the pickup there. 2nd and goal. The line of scrimmage, the 7 now on 2nd and goal.
Brings up 2nd and goal.
Now Kaepernick. And he's got it. And he'll be brought down right on the edge of the goal line at about the 1-yard line. The catch good for 6 yards, but now it's 3rd and goal.
Obviously, this has not been a banner game throwing the football. So what you got to do, you got to kind of down focus, don't you think? Find the tight end, take some easier completions.
Yeah, interception last drive. There he hits the reliable target. And he gets in. Touchdown, Tennessee. Derrick Henry. Touchdown number 18 on the year. And the Titans are able to cut into that deficit. So they will get on the scoreboard here. Give them credit for that. Too little, too late, but no 0. Oh, you're going slow clap on me.
Not very nice, is it?
No, but they haven't been very nice on offense. It's been a struggle. And no, it falls incomplete. So the 2-point conversion, no good. So unable to throw it in for 2 from the 2. Let me ask you, as a former DB, what changes there around the goal line on a 2-point conversion as far as how you're defending it?
You just make sure you never back up and you never retreat. You establish yourself really on the line of scrimmage, put your heels on the goal line at worst. And if they're going to throw the ball, make them throw it over your head because they're going to run out of space because of the back of the end zone. Never let a guy catch one in front of you.
They'll try and run some clock here as they keep it on the ground. They'll fight forward for a couple down inside the 40.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where it'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down a game. Right now, they want to show the world they're up to the challenge.
And this one taken in on the right sideline, but not in the field of play. They say it's incomplete. The throw led him a little too far. It brings up 3rd down.
And 8 yards to go.
The Browns on 3rd down. They've had good success, 5 for 8 to this point. This is 3rd and 8. Here's Mayfield. They'll try and set up the screen. It's complete. And he gets it down a yard or 2 shy of the 30 before he's out of bounds. The screen gets 7, but it's not enough, and it'll be 4th down.
But it's 4th down.
And with things looking pretty good on the scoreboard, they're going to keep the offense out there and go for it here on 4th. That's to his running back, complete. And taking it to the 15-yard line before he's brought down. That one good for 17 yards on 4th. Couldn't ask for much more from your offense there. First down.
First down.
Line of scrimmage, the 15. It's 1st and 10. They'll try and run some clock here as they keep it on the ground. He takes us down to about the 12 for a gain of 3.
To Nick Chubb. The tackle made by Kevin Byard. It's a pickup of 3.
2 minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports. So the Browns in possession of the football here as we get you reset. And you'd have to figure they're just looking to burn these final 2 minutes away and get out of here with a victory. Here's a pass swung out left to his running back. And they're going to lose some on this play. Being knocked back to the 18-yard line.
Time to give a little credit here. That was an excellent read by the guys on the defensive side of the ball.
Oh, you're crediting your defense.
Got to credit them on that one because they tried to fool them, right? Tried to trick them. Ran a screen, and they went to it and smothered it for a loss of yardage.
3rd and long for Mayfield. And a big loss here as he's taken down. Jack Crawford gets to him well behind the line of scrimmage. That is a loss of 17 yards. So out comes a field goal team now for the second time here today. On the left hash, officially it's called a 51-yard attempt. And this one looks good. It is good. Right down the pipe. And that will stretch the lead up to 3 touchdowns now. It's a 21-point game. So it's 3 more points, and that widens this thing out even further here in the 4th.
And you know in this league, you can never have enough points. But this widens it out, as you said. And now it's all about ball control, isn't it?
Fielded a couple yards into the end zone. And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get this up to the 29.
On the return, the Titans take over 1st and 10. At their own 29-yard line.
Tennessee offense about set and ready to go. We certainly had a sense coming in here that these guys were in for a tough one on the road. That has been how this ball game has played out. They trail big as we continue on now here in this 4th quarter. And he's brought down after a very nice game. That one good for 20 on the catch and run.
1st and 10
from midfield. Here's Kaepernick. He'll get this one complete to Davis. They'll contain him to just 4. 2nd down.
Corey Davis. 4 yards on the pickup. 2nd and 6 at the 46-yard line.
4 yards on that last completion, so that sets up 2nd and 6. Shotgun snap now for Kaepernick. And right side, Henry's got it. Yeah, he will go out right near the 35-yard line. 11 yards there, 1st down. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Again, it's Kaepernick. Henry's got it out on the left side. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. 2nd and right at a yard. So now a fresh set of downs, 1st and 10 after roughing the passer. Into the red zone now, Kaepernick. Escaping, and he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. Now the Titans will use their 3rd and final timeout. As the clock will stop with an even 20 seconds left to go.
At the 13-yard line.
On 2nd down, here's Kaepernick. To the end zone, but knocked away and incomplete. He was trying to get it to A.J. Brown that time, and it'll bring up 3rd down.
He was covered by Denzel Ward.
They had the incomplete pass on 2nd down. Now they need a big play here, 3rd and 10. From the gun, it's Kaepernick. To the goal line, but it's incomplete.
Kaepernick's pass intended for A.J. Brown. Incomplete. Greedy Williams on the coverage.
The offense staying out there. They look prepared to go here on 4th and 10. They're going for it. It's Kaepernick. And that is incomplete, stopping the clock with 5 seconds to go. It was Sheldrick Redwine with good coverage that time as he was there to knock it away.
Turnover on downs.
The Browns drive about to get started. And this one has gone pretty well to form. They've come in, had little problem thus far, and now they'll try to polish things off in the fourth. A run for Nick Chubb. And he works it across the 25 before being tackled. So Cleveland able to come away with the victory here. And I think the game balls need to be distributed on the defensive side of the football, and I bet that you would agree.
Yeah, if you hold a team under 10 points, that's a job well done. Really well done. So I would say game balls for every starter and every key player who participated in this game.
Now, see, I only like one game ball. You're handing out multiple. Although I set you up by saying game balls plural, but I
like where we're going with this. You say one to represent like the best player of all of that, and I say multiples so that you keep everyone motivated and involved.